Okay, y'all, I haven't been having the best day or whatever, but it is Wednesday. It is time for the summer I turned pretty personal review on season 3, episode 8. Up. Yep, I'm sorry, I just pressed on it. Okay, so let's get into it.
Tell me what you mean by that. You know what I mean by that. I love you. I will never not love you.
So that was an intense way to start the show, but I love that. I love that they just went straight for it. You know, usually we get a lot of like other things going on. They knew they had to come hard with this one. You know what? And I believe him. He will always love her. And to be honest, Belly always gonna love him anyway. But she just trying to like I honestly think she's trying to convince herself that like Jeremiah's the one, and like that she don't need Conrad and that she's over it. Now, girl, we know you ain't trying to go back and forth between the brothers, but I mean, you love who you love, you know? Although, I mean, was it only a couple months they dated? Cuz she said that in the scene. She said they had only dated a couple months when she was in high school, and then and that was it. I thought they dated for like a year or something. I guess not. Anyway, so that was real intense, and I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know if like they're gonna end up arguing at like what they're doing at the rehearsal dinner. They might end up arguing there. They might end up arguing on the day, or so I'm not sure, but I'm interested. I'm excited to find out. And now we are at the scene here. Taylor catches him outside, and it says like, sit your ass down. Like, what did you say? What did you say to her? Because now she upset, and she know. So let's see what this happens. Let's see what happens with this. So Taylor went off on him, and then later, I guess she's at the spa with Belly, and she's told her like, I ran into Conrad, and I told him off and whatever, and then she kind of like, I think she's nervous about what Belly's response is gonna be, so she was immediately like, did I do the right thing? Like was that okay for me to do? Because is that what you want? Is what I think she was trying to ask her, and so Belly said yes, and she's saying, well, I'm about to marry my best friend, and I gotta see him. I gotta see Jeremiah, and so Taylor said, well, it's only a few more hours, and that's that. And so, but Taylor looks nervous, and it's making me nervous because the possibilities of the things that may happen at this rehearsal dinner is it's nerve-wracking. And so here we are now. Belly's parents are arriving at the rehearsal, I'm guessing. So how awkward was that dinner, though? Mm-mm. And Conrad just a looking the whole time, and looks so uncomfortable to be there. It's it's a lot. So now he out by the pool, uh, talking to Laurel. So I don't know if I really liked that whole scene with Steven and Denise, because the chemistry seems to be there. And they give him this like real intimate scene, and he feeds her the ice cream and is looking at her, and she's smiling all pretty, and then he kisses her, and I feel like, why did y'all make it awkward? Like, not them, but like, I don't know, the actual show writers or whatever. It was a real intimate scene. I feel like that could have went somewhere, and they just kind of were like, no, I wasn't feeling it. Like, y'all built all this up for what? I feel like my time has been wasted. All right, so now Belly is in the bed with Taylor. Taylor looks like she's sleeping. She's of course up contemplating her whole life, I'm sure, because it was a lot of staring back and forth with Belly and Conrad at this dinner, which is also why I thought it was real awkward. Um, so let's see what happens. Let's see if they finally talk about it here. All right, so everybody's found out about what Conrad said. So she goes into Jeremiah's bedroom, and well, first she goes for a swim. So she goes for a swim because she can't sleep. And then she comes back, I guess, and goes into Jeremiah's bedroom and tells him that she can't marry him without letting him know what Conrad said. Which, good, you're being honest. So he gets mad. She ends up sleeping in the room with him, and then he disappears the next morning. So nobody can find him. She then has to tell Steven because, they're worried about where Jeremiah is. Nobody knows where he is. Nobody's heard from him. Nobody's seen him. Because I guess he probably sneaked out real early that morning or in the middle of the night or whatever. So, um, anyway, so everyone's just looking concerned. Well, really, except Conrad. So she ends up having to tell Steven, hey, like I told Jeremiah last night, that Conrad like confesses love for me and the night before, and so he might be gone because of that, like he's too upset about it or whatever. And so then Steven gets real pissed off, and he goes to Conrad and he's like, why would you do that? And what did you think was going to happen? Like, she was going to leave Jeremiah for you. And he has audacity to say maybe, but that was, I guess, what he thought was going to happen. So valid. So Belly's getting ready. She's looks like she's getting her hair together right now. Her mom just walked in the room, and so she still has to get ready for this wedding, even though nobody knows where Jeremiah is. So Steven's off looking for him now. Um, and let's see what happens next.
Jared, I'm begging you, please. You're begging? Why'd you do it? Did it make you feel noble giving her up for me? I know about Cabo, you dick. So maybe I should be the one asking you if you love her or not.
Okay, so they fought. That whole moment, Conrad confessed his love finally, like to Jeremiah's face. That was a whole mess, and I really liked the part he was like, I gave you your chance years ago, and you don't get another one. And I feel him because they both very much love her, and, you know, on some level, Conrad did fuck it up. So, Jeremiah's like, okay, like, this is my chance. And so they've been together and they get married. So, Laurel, when she was in the dressing room with Belly, she gave her a letter from Susanna that was supposed to be given to her on her wedding day. So, and then she said that Jeremiah also had one. But during the fight with Jeremiah and Conrad gives him the letter. He's like, this is from mom. Jeremiah opens it, he reads it, he's crying. We're thinking, it's just emotional to get that letter, from your mom, but no, apparently the letter was for Conrad. So he gives him the letter, says he has wants nothing to do with him anymore. He's dead to him. Don't come to the wedding. I don't want you to be around her. I don't want you to be around me. Like, we're done. So he hands him the letter and said, "It's for you." And the only part that I really seen was it said "Dear Conrad," and then I didn't really see much else. I don't know what's in these letters because I thought they were going to read them like as a narrative, like reading in the background from the actual Susanna. Anyway, they didn't do that. So I don't know what these letters say. Um, Jeremiah's back now. People have been arriving. Belly also had a talk with Taylor in her dressing room. Taylor's basically like, I don't think you should do this. Belly's like, no, he's coming back. And, I'm going to marry him. And Taylor's like, okay, well, we can't just ignore everything that's happened, like in these past couple days, or the feeling between you and Conrad. We can't just ignore that. So, anyways, Jeremiah's back. He walks in the room with his friends were there, and says he needs a minute. So we'll see what happens, honey.
Know about Christmas. After you two were together.
Jared, nothing happened today. I would have told you. I swear.
I know you did.
Okay, so here we are. I'm gonna end this video. I'm just so hurt because this whole time I have been Team Jeremiah and Team Jellyfish. Like, I thought they was really gonna end up together, although I didn't read the book, so that's not what happens, and clearly that's not what happened here. That scene was them. Jeremiah finally comes back and he goes to talk to Belly, and he says he knows about Christmas, and this is why he picked the fight before he went to Cabo and slept with that other girl. And during the fight with Conrad and Jeremiah, Conrad also tells him about that he knew about Cabo because in the earlier episodes he overheard, in the Bachelor episode actually. So yeah, that would have been the last episode. He overheard Jeremiah and his friends talking about it at the bachelor party. And so anyways, Jeremiah and Belly are talking, and he says he knows about Christmas, and she's like, how long have you known? Well, it was before Cabo and spring break. And so then ultimately he asks her, well, do you still love him? Like, I know you love me, but do you still love him too? She says yes, which she didn't really have to say because she took like forever to even reply. But she says, but I choose you. I mean, a part of him will always be in my heart, but I choose you. So he's just like, I thought I could do this and I can't. And so it just kind of ends. It ends there, and Belly starts packing. She heads to the airport, and she asks for a ticket to go to Paris, to go study like how she was supposed to in the first place. Um, and then she sees Conrad at the airport. Now, through all of the things I've read online, apparently in the books he's not supposed to be at the airport or whatever, but he had came in there and told her, kind of like a final goodbye. said, I wish you guys the best of luck. I can't be here. I gotta go. So I guess he went straight to the airport, but I thought he drove. I don't know. It was a little confusing, unless it was a rental, maybe. Anyway, so Belly's heading out to study abroad, and she sees Conrad. And it's been like this damn near the whole series. Every time she sees him, she's just kind of like, just stuck. Just like, and everybody could see it. I mean, especially Jeremiah. He's like, I see the way you look at him. And so, it makes sense that they called off the wedding. I get it. I'm just very hurt. And it's like, no. Like, I literally sat here. I just rewatched the whole episode, actually. I watched this last night while I was making the earlier parts of this video. But I literally sat here last night and I'm just like, hands on my face, just no, 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 why? And I'm just so upset because I supported this relationship for so long and I was like totally delulu because she clearly is still in love with Conrad and Conrad's always going to be the one. So I am excited for, I think it's 3 more episodes. We'll see what happens. I hear there might be a time skip again, because apparently, like, the books end with her being. First of all, I guess the books say that this was all going down when she was like 19 or something, and then there's a time skip after the wedding is called off where she's like 23 and like engaged with Conrad now, and they had been talking while she was studying abroad. And um, but here, if we went 4 years, what because they started dating when Belly was graduating, or she had just graduated, so she would already be 22, 23. I don't know. Anyway, so she's supposed to be starting her junior year in college, is what they say. I think the timelines are a bit off, but it's fine. Um, and so she's supposed to be sending letters back and forth to Conrad while she's studying abroad, and that's how they spark their relationship back together. So that's why I'm thinking there's probably another time skip coming up. So we will be back next week to see what happens on episode 9 of season 3 of The Summer I Turned Pretty. This one was real, like, real big. And also, I did want to mention, very happy with the whole Steven and Taylor thing going on. When he went to go talk to her, she obviously thought there was something going on there with Denise and Steven, and I think they even thought it too. But I said earlier, I'm like, I kind of didn't like how they just kind of was like, oh, yeah, that kiss was so bad. When, like, on our end, it kind of didn't look that bad. But anyway, very glad that they're gonna probably rekindle something. I hope it lasts this time. And I think that's it, y'all. I think that's it. It was very, very intense episode. Very intense episode. Really good. Loved this episode. So, if you've been following, please continue to follow. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll be back next week with my personal review of season 3, episode 9 of The Summer I Turned Pretty. Bye, y'all.